Okay, good morning. Today I'm trying to show you how to configure our adesk in VDC and VMP. My name is Alex Ni, and the step will be conducted into three parts. The first one, the VMP basic configuration, including initiate VMP, a day load, and the basic configure and create a VDC. Step 2, create a desktop template and install some necessary applications. The third one, for the VDC configuration, go to the VDC, configure the resource user. So after that, you will start a virtual desktop. Okay, let's go to the first step, VMP basic configuration. So the first part is initiate VMP. Let's go to VMP first. The basic IP address is as you configured. Here is 192.168.200 and 100. So after you log in, you will see that the VMP is actually quite similar with Sanford HCI backend management console. So you may also refer our YouTube course for Sanford HCI configuration. Here, take a look in YouTube with address Sanford HCI part, and then please do refer the first three parts: the HCI cluster initialization, the homepage compute demo, and the load and share storage. Okay, let's go back to VMP. Basically, you need to know how to update a node here. This is basically you need to get to know how to update a load. Go to loads part. To update a load, when you need update one more physical server, and this while is really intuitive. Just go to next step. Update the relative load IP address and the relative username password and plus OK, and then follow the steps. Then you will quickly update the load. Another part is for the storage. For the storage, after you configure the load, the virtual storage will be automatically included into the pool also. So now we start to create a VDC. So VDC is actually a VM in the VMP also. After you create the VDC, you need to configure the between the VDC and the adesk so they can communicate with each other. So let's start to create a VDC. Go to compute, a day, create a new virtual machine. Then let's say VDC Annex, and the OS part, choose VDC, and configure the relative IP address. Here, our IP address is 289. Let's say 91. Mask. The default gateway would be this. Then OK, and just follow the default configuration for processor memories, and then press OK. Then you will see that there will be a VDC Annex start creating. The HA here means it uses sample virtual storage for high availability design. So each data in adesk will be actually stored into several copies in different nodes to support a high availability. So we go to the VDC console. We need to power on it first. Okay, it's power on. And then we go to the VDC IP address for configuration. You remember the port number is 4430. Sometimes it will warn you it's not secure connection. Now we connect to the virtual desktop controller, and we input the password and username. The default one is admin. The password is also admin. Then we log in. So after we log in, we need to configure the related VMP. So the VDC know how to connect to the VDC and adesk. So we go to the VMP part, and then we choose a day. We add a new VMP, and put the VMP URLs. Let's take a look at VMP IP address, as you can see here. Do you remember the port number is 4433 as mentioned here? And then put the VMP IP address. Then we test the connectivity. Okay, we miss the S here. The connection is HTTPS. Now you can see the connector and authenticate the virtual platform successfully. So we see. And you can see in the list the status. The status is green means it's running well. If the status is in red, so means there is something wrong. Now we have finished the basic VMP configuration. Now let's go to the step 2, create a desk template. So to create a template, you need to configure in the VMP first. To create a new VM, that is OS operating system. Create a new virtual machine name, for example, Win7 test. Here we take Windows 7 for example, so we choose Windows 7 64-bit, and we follow the basic resource configuration. And now in the CD and DVD drive, we need to see if there is we need to upload the ISO image. If there is no ISO image, you need to upload from this local disk. Click it and choose the image file path. For example, my image is in the disk G. So we double click this one and start to click upload. Then the ISO image will start to upload. After that, then you just click OK to finish the Windows 7 establishment. So here we take one Windows 7 for example, this one. So after we create this one, we power on it. Now it's already power on. Then we go to the console. So the console is actually the Windows login page. So now we have to get into the login page. If the first time when you create Windows, you need to also follow the Windows, basic initiation configuration. Now let's start to test the connectivity to VMP first, to VDC first. In SAMD, we ping VDC IP address, that is address is here. So you will see the connection is in normal. If it's not normal, you may go to the network configuration part. To configure the IP address for the IP address in the same IP segment with VDC. So after the connectivity, you need to open your IE to log into the VDC. Here the VDC IP address is this one. You remember put the port 4430 as well. After you log in, go to the VMP part. Go to the VMP virtual machine part. Here you need, in this page, you need to download the agent. The agent is actually a plugin to control the desktop, so the agent will connect to receive the command from VDC and enforce it in the desktop. So click download agent, save it. Here desktop. After it finish, double click to install it. Here I already installed, so just follow the steps. After you install the agent, so basically this virtual machine is able to convert to a template, so it can be cloned to a lot of desktops. And here you may also install the software you need. For example, the Office or your personal software or the ERP and ANA software. So after you install all those softwares, then you can now start to make it convert it into a template. Then you need to go back to the VMP configuration here. Go to more, and choose to convert to template. Since here it's already a template, so it can only convert to VM. So after to convert it to a template, you need to shut down the VM first, and then choose to convert. So now we have finished the template establishment. Okay, now we have finished the first step, the VMP basic configuration. The step 2, create a desktop template. Now we go to the step 3, configure the VDC. To configure VDC, we need to create a resource, create a user, and make a rule to connect them, and then some other configuration. Now let's go to VDC to start the resource creation. In the console, go to VDI operation and the resource. So here you need to create a desktop resource. Create a virtual desktop name 17 test, and you can also change the icon as you want, and the VM names. select the template. As we have already configured one template, it should not end up with a digit. And in here in the template, since last step we have already clicked the template. Just select the template, and then in the virtual machine creation, start to configure how many virtual machine and the other basic options. On load, you can choose the load, the data store, the private desk location, and the VMs. Here we create 5 VMs, and then we just follow the default configuration. Before that, if you need a private disk, sometimes the staff need store their own data in the storage. So you need to create a private desktop, and you can choose the space for them. And you can also encrypt the data on private disk to protect their personal data. Okay, 5 VMs, and we click OK. Yes. And then we save. So the VDC will start create file for Windows 7 VMs. Here you will see the status and the progress. So you will see that 5 total have already created. In a virtual machine, you can see there are already 5 VMs from number 1 to number 5. Then you need to create a user to connect with those resources so the user can use them. Now we go to the user option, a day. We may create a group first with group name test, and save. And you may also configure others if you need. And in the default group, we are day a user. In the test, we are day user. For example, Alex. And you may also configure others if you want. Do you remember put the password? Also Alex. Okay. And then we save it. The configuration have changed but not applied. Click the apply button to apply the changes. So we click apply. Now let's go to a rule to connect the resource and the users. Got a new rule. Rule name test. We select the user group test. Alex. Okay. And then we select the resource. So in the default, in the default group, you will see the Windows test group resource we have just created. So we select it, then put OK, and then we save. So the user and now is connected to the resource. Do you remember to apply it? So now let's go back to the virtual machine. Since we only have one user, so we need to configure the detail resource corresponding user. So here we select the user in the user group, and we choose the tested user Alex, and we put OK and OK. Then now this system is connected to the user, so you will see that the name has been changed and the user here have already displayed Alex. So now you can use Alex account and password to log in the Windows 7 resource. And I will introduce another three common policies you may need in your network configuration. The first one is for the login option, go to system login and choose automatically download and install the updates. So the thin client applications will automatically be updated, and click save. Okay, success. Then we go. The second one is in the VDI option. We go to authentication, the local password. So here we have options for the password. So you may enable it to as you required for the higher level of password, and click save. The third one is the policy in the policy set. When you need to configure the USB and other control policies, go to virtual desktop. So you will see the PC clipboard, about USB printer, smart card. So you can choose if you want enable them or disable them as you require, and then click save and apply. So it requires restart the terminal server. Okay, that's all of the basic configuration for sample adesk VMP and VDC. And after that, when you start the virtual desktop in the adesk in the synchronize, you need firstly input your own syncline IP address and the VDC IP address, and make sure these two IP addresses can connect it. After that, just input the password account and password you have configured in a VDC before. Then the system will automatically log into the virtual desktop.